I got receipts.
DJ Envy's wife is still at this moment protecting Tyrese, another man that isn't her husband. Let's dig into it.
Well, we stopped talking to Tyrese on two different occasions. Once, many, many years ago, when he did do that amazing thing for us. Um,
Did you hear that sound? That amazing. That she almost said immaculate, but the whole point of this is man, she has a groupie side of her. See, nobody's more amazing than the man that gave you multiple kids, woke up with you every day, helped you become the woman you are, supports you, take care of you. I don't know how much money Gia make, but I think DJ Envy is the breadwinner in his house. He does a lot of things. I mean, he's on a power scale. So to insult him by saying somebody who has a talent can sing, I mean, that's definitely some groupie mentality thing, a weakness that Tyrese probably seen and thought he could play on.
I'm going to step back, and I want Charlamagne to ask the questions because I don't want you to.
Don't ask me.
I want you to ask.
Charlamagne is not getting involved
I
in
want
this
you to ask.
in no way, shape, or form. This is good morning, Gia, by the way. Okay?
Good morning.
This is a conversation between a husband and a wife, and why the husband stopped talking to somebody and why the wife stopped talking to somebody. So the husband and wife should have a conversation. I'm sitting back watching the Casey Crew live. Go.
Good question.
No, what he meant to say or should have said, this is a conversation a husband should be having about a wife, about how she having a conversation with a man without him present, about their relationship. Anytime a woman having a conversation about nothing with a man, I'm telling you, it's a vibe. It's something she holding on to that you're not giving her. And it really ain't fair because you're probably giving her everything. And she just, some of these women just, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? 90%, you can get him 90% and they gonna trip off the 10%. That's what it is. So Charlamagne already, you can tell Charlamagne's a shit talker. He's a shock jock, and he don't want to get into this where there's smoke, there's fire. He obviously sees the situation. He's not trying to point out to save his friend DJ Envy from some type of disgrace. And let's get on this subject and why it's so important. Because I don't really cover hip-hop and street shit, but it's just about the culture and how, you know what I'm saying, a woman and a man supposed to be together, especially if they married, man. It's disgraceful.
Well, we stopped talking to Tyrese on two different occasions. Once, many, many years ago.
Can we ask you to ask her to explain to you? She ain't got to even tell us why she kept talking to him after you felt offended by how he was getting at her. So the problem is that how he was getting at your wife and you blocked him. And then the real problem is why she kept talking to him. I'm telling you, it's a reason why Tyrese acting like this.
I got receipts.
So that's the most disrespectful stuff. If I'm like, you're my enemy, I ain't fucking with you, and you my partner, you supposed to feel the same way, man. This is the rules of the hood, the gang, the families, politics. Man, so especially with marriage, man. So she already way out of pocket here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so DJ Envy, if you can't check your bitch, man, just tag her and put her on my page. I'm gonna tell her, man, you way out of pocket. You supposed to be worried about them kids, not worried about some celebrity and some conversation you having because you used to listen to him in the clubs and shit. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, man. This is some crazy shit, man. You feel me? And anybody who got a woman like this, man, spare yourself the pain, man. You probably insecure because of her. You see how she doing them, the stuff she'll put on blast about him. Look, I ain't saying this nigga got a bigger dick than Envy, but damn, if she went online and said you ain't made her come in 10 years, nigga, you ain't handling like that.
I got receipts.
Nigga, she on here like, it's some stuff I won't tell you about Tyrese because I hold so much honor for him still. After he disrespected your marriage, it's something bigger going on here, man. It's tip of the iceberg, man.
I got receipts.
And we were very, very cool, and we spoke often. And a lot of times you'd be laying in the bed next to me while I was talking to him. And at first everything was cool, but for me, it got to a point where it became inappropriate and uncomfortable, where I felt as though lines were being crossed. And you felt as though lines were being crossed. And
see, big red flag violation on the play right here. When you say you and your girl, y'all supposed to be a team, wife and husband. When you said we stopped talking to him, that means you blocked him, but your Girl didn't. That was the violation right there.
I got
Flag on the
receipts.
play on his wife part. When he seen that, that was a crack in the door. He was gonna slide right in. Man, check this out. Most of these niggas don't like you as much as they like the bitch behind you, man. Let's just face it.
We both decided that we were going to take a step back. And, you know, there was times where I felt like he was extremely demanding of my time and of my attention, where if I didn't give him my time and my attention, he would get very angry, get very upset, and let me know what his expectations were of me. And, you know, at that time, I didn't feel as though he was going through any mental issues. I didn't feel as though he was facing any mental challenges at that time. I know that he does go through things, and I know that he has been on medication, but at that time I felt as though he was very clear-minded and everything seemed cool. But when I started to feel uncomfortable and you started to feel uncomfortable, we took a step back.
But what lines were crossed? Because people would be like, well, what lines did he cross?
You know, I don't really feel comfortable being specific.
And this is the point Tyrese is exposing. Whenever you got a woman who's made a commitment to you in a marriage and she's willing to keep something hidden with another man, that is the definition of a relationship. What she's doing by not telling her man when he wants to know from the bottom of his heart what's going on is keeping a bond going between her and Tyrese. And that's why Tyrese is acting this way and keeps coming for her and not letting it go. The more she shows that her and Tyrese held something special, DJ Envy can act like it don't hurt him. But the truth is, it's the only power Tyrese got over their relationship. It's that connection. And every time she goes to, oh, he's such a great man, and it's telling that DJ Envy and the world everything he isn't. And that's what makes it so sad.
Oh, no,
Huh?
I know that I know that everything that's going on right now, and I know that he's being boisterous about it. I haven't been on Instagram in the last 2 weeks because we've been really busy, but, you know, you've told me some things, but I haven't really seen it firsthand, so it's not going to affect me the same way it's affecting you because I haven't seen it. But what I can say is that
I got receipts.
very clear lines were crossed. Because at the same time, I still do have a respect for him. I know that you still do have a respect for him. I would feel more comfortable just being general and saying that, you know, there was flirting and inappropriate compliments for a woman who's married.
So anytime a man wiggles in your relationship and now he's closer with your woman, there's a complete problem. Anytime your woman thinks it's cool to have personal relationships with a man, it's also another red flag. I'm not saying it can't happen, but I'm saying all these signs together, hey man, 3 strikes and your ass is out.
What receipts? What do you mean he said he has receipts? What receipts? What do you mean he said he has receipts? Because, you know,
who knows?
I wouldn't want to, listen, I'm going to be honest. I don't want to be put in a position to divulge the things that were said. But if he's calling you a liar, it didn't have to go that far. If he's calling you a liar, then that's a step that might have to be taken. Because by no stretch of the imagination are you a liar. By no stretch of the imagination are you exaggerating anything.
Okay.
It was very clear. It was very inappropriate. And your reaction was very appropriate.
And the only fault DJ Envy had is letting another man inside his marriage. That showed weakness right there. But to him, he didn't see it like that. Or if he did, that's why he's trying to keep it quiet. That's why he wasn't going into it too much. The problem is now Tyrese is showing predatory behavior and acting crazy. You want to know why? Because he done got a piece of that. They know being in a woman's head, owning a woman's energy is more than everything. So when she said Tyrese started getting mad at me, and started getting angry a few times. That's when she had to back up. So when he was telling her he'd do better than her man, that's not what made her mad.
I got
what
receipts.
made her uncomfortable was when Tyrese, she said herself, Tyrese started pressing her for her time. Listen, man, DJ Envy, I feel sorry for you, but this message is from me to you, man. Your girl was out of pocket. Now, the bigger issue is Tyrese because he's being a predator now. This happened years ago and he can't get over it. And the reason why he can't get over it and the key behind he said he got receipts.
I got receipts.
And he want to know what happened is this was a cuckolding situation. And what I mean by cuckolding is because it's not always when a white man takes a black man and lets a black man ravish his woman. Sometimes it's when a man in a marriage lets another man, lets his woman go out and have fantasies that she can't have with him. And I think this is specifically what's happening. So when Tyrese made that threat and said he got receipts, regardless of ever whether he put his meat in DJ Envy's wife is obsolete. The point is, he had a relationship with her.